Well, good morning, everyone. Good afternoon to others. Thank you for joining us today for our local impact leveraging TCTACs for thriving communities. My name is Dominique Dawkins. I'm program manager for the International City County Management Association, also known as ICMA. I'm joined here with the Region 9 TCTACs with the Community Energy and Environmental Justice at San Diego State University and the West Environmental Justice Center at the University of Arizona. And I will let the team introduce themselves. And if you don't mind, just popping in the chat, your name and what organization you're representing today.
I will kick it off. Hello, everyone. I'm Rebecca Lewison. I'm the Executive Director of CEEJ. That's the TCTAC that's based at SDSU. And I'd love to introduce other members of my team who are here. I'll pass it to you, Lauren.
Yeah. Hi, everyone. Good to see you all. My name is Lauren Halili. I am the Program Coordinator for the Center for Community Energy and Environmental Justice, and I will pass it off to Paige.
Hello, everyone. I'm a program manager at the Center for Community Energy and Environmental Justice, and I will pass it off to Melissa.
Thank you. Hello, everyone. Thank you all so much for joining us today. My name is Melissa Garcia, and I'm the Outreach Coordinator at the West Environmental Justice Center, which is the second regional TCTAC located in Region 9.
You guys, and thank you all I see you all are popping in the chat where you are from. Thank you. And so as you see here, we're just briefly go through our agenda. We are providing an overview of the Environmental Justice TCTAC program, followed by some facilitated discussion. We really want to hear from you all. We have some just quick prompts of how we'd like to, have a conversation with you, and then we'll move right into reconvening, bringing out some of our responses to the larger group, followed by questions, Q&A, and then we'll close out. Just so that you're aware, we are recording the first half of our session today. We will not be recording during our breakout groups. So did want to make you aware. And at any point you have any questions, feel free to pop them in our chat, and we'll be sure to monitor that. So let's just jump right in. What is the Environmental Justice Thriving Communities Technical Assistance Center program? TCTAC for short. So just to give some background, the program is part of the Justice 40 initiative that was launched by executive order in 2021 that mandates that 40% of all of the overall benefits of certain federal investments flow to communities that have been marginalized, underserved, and overburdened by pollution and climate change. It impacts the direction of tens of billions of dollars from legislation, including the Inflation Reduction Act and Bipartisan Infrastructure Law. And so here, we, as part of our initiative and the goal of this particular program and overall federal investment, the federal government is looking to at least try to mitigate some of the issues that you see on the screen here that include climate change, clean energy and energy efficiency, affordable and sustainable housing, training, including training and workforce development, remediation and reduction of legacy pollution structure. The Thriving Communities Network, or TCN as it's known, is a federal interagency effort to coordinate place-based technical assistance and capacity building resources for urban, rural, and tribal communities experiencing a history of economic distress and systemic disinvestment. Through the TCN, there are federal partners such as the USDA, EPA, HUD, Department of Commerce, Department of Transportation, FEMA, GSA, and HHS, as well as the Department of Energy. They're committed to coordinating and collaborating across a set of technical assistance programs and engaging their regional and field staff who serve as those points of contact for communities. So I will also point here that this network is continuing to grow. And so we are part of the TCTAC program that is funded through EPA and Department of Energy. But again, we're part of a much larger federal conglomerate that includes these other federal partners, as well as the newly added National Endowment of the Arts. So we encourage folks to apply for grants that are through EPA and Department of Energy, but we also will be encouraging communities to look at other grant programs from these other agencies as well. So the EJ TCTACs, our program, EJ TCTAC, is part of the federal Thriving Communities Network initiative that is working towards a holistic government-wide framework for providing technical assistance and capacity building resources to meet those needs to improve and fostering thriving communities throughout the country. Some of the opportunities and services that we provide as TCTACs include identifying and researching grant opportunities, again, not just through EPA and DOE, but across the entire TCN, preparing grant applications. And when we mean prepare, we mean actually working with you through the grant process. We cannot write your grants, but we can review proposals, help you figure out what key items and other points that you might need in order to have a strong proposal, as well as managing the grant funding itself. We really look at building capacity and effectively engaging with decision makers and key community leaders, as well as building those partnerships and also developing that collaborative community-based partnerships as well. And we have more information at our www.ejtictac.org, but we will provide those links upon conclusion of our presentation today. So within the TCTAC program, our program is split by regions, EPA regions, and there are 18 TCTACs. There are 3 national centers, that is the Institute for Sustainable Communities, the ICMA, International City County Management Association, and the National Indian Health Board. And we also have 15 regional TCTACs. And each region, as you see on the map here, is again split by designated EPA region. What you'll see is some regions are split by, have 2 centers, like Region 9, and we will hear a little bit from both centers a little later. But these are this gives you a comprehensive look at how our program is operating on the front end. And there are 18 TCTACs. Yes, so I gave a little brief overview of the national TCTACs. Here is just a table of some of the regional TCTACs as well. And Region 9, again, is University of Arizona and San Diego State University. I will plug in here just for benefits of knowledge that two of the regions have just been selected, the University of Connecticut and Montana State Universities, out of Region 1 and Region 8 respectively. So how does this all work? How does this all connect? So if you are a community looking to seek support from a center, or just looking for more information, any eligible community-based organization, tribal government or organization, local government can request expertise in federal grant applications, proposal review, and management, grant management for any environmental justice project. From there, the community leader or support seeker will connect with their regional TCTAC who will then prepare and provide support through collaboration efforts and through their own extensive regional network of partners. And the regional partners expand over 100 organizations nationwide, ready to support any regional efforts in building that capacity. And then from the regional TCTAC onward, you have our national TCTACs, which coordinates with each of these regional centers and their partners to make sure that we are transparent in our resource sharing and networking opportunities. And then we're, again, part of a much larger Thriving Communities network that expands not just the TCTAC program, but also we have access to a range of technical assistance providers across the entire network. So it's a lot of great folks. Many of our organizations have been working in the environmental justice and energy justice spaces for a very long time. And we're here to assist the support seekers, those who are looking to take advantage of these federal dollars. And in any capacity, we're here to support you. So just to give a little bit of background on ICMA, on who we are as a national center. ICMA, we're a membership organization. We work within the confines, all things local government. We provide research, consulting, technical assistance, as well as peer-to-peer engagements with local governments across the nation. We also have in-house technical expertise, technical and topical expertise on brownfields, such as our technical assistance of brownfield communities, as well as we're funded through other programs through like solar energy and newly wind energy programs. We also have expertise working in and with small and rural communities. And as a national center and as a TCTAC, we work with 4 partners. Our 4 partners include the Institute for Tribal Environmental Professionals, the National League of Cities, the National Forum for Black Public Administrators, and the Urban Sustainability Directors Network. Each of our 4 partners have well-established relationships with local and tribal leaders, as well as local government officials and practitioners. We have each of our partners have long history of working with small and rural communities, as well as experience working with grant review and helping communities with the federal grant process. So we're here to support you, whether that's one-on-one support or having support in the forms of workshops or peer networks or webinars. And as a national center, our main focus and goal is not only to leverage our membership, but also to support the regions wherever there may be, wherever we can provide assistance and where there may be gaps. And now you will hear from your Region 9 TCTACs.
Awesome. Thanks, Dominique. Hi, everyone. Again, my name is Lauren Halili. I am the program coordinator with CJ, the SDSU TCTAC. And being Region 9, we are lucky enough to have 2 TCTACs in our region. And certainly with that, we get a lot of questions. You know, what is the difference between the 2 TCTACs? If I need assistance, who do I reach out to? Do you all work together or separately? And, you know, we worked with the West DJ Center to create this graphic because really what makes our centers different is our specialized expertise in certain areas that are kind of shown here. For example, we can see that West DJ has specific expertise in mining communities or exposure assessment, and CJ has expertise in energy justice, energy policy, and law. But we also have a lot of similarities and overlap with our work as well. So you can see in the middle here, especially with our grant support services. With all that being said, our 2 centers work really closely with one another. So there's really no pressure, I guess, to feel like you have to pick which center to go to based on what your needs are. We meet with each other on a regular basis. And we more often than not make referrals between technical assistance requests. When we feel like maybe West DJ is best suited to fit their needs, or West DJ feels that CJ is best suited to fit their needs. But just want to kind of highlight our differences and similarities here and the fact that we do work really, really closely together. But I want to talk a little bit about CJ and the resources that we have available, how to get connected with us and all that good stuff. So I want to go ahead and start first with some really great events that we have upcoming and ones that we just recently had. We recently had our Extreme Heat Community Conversation yesterday. We had a great panel discussion with some local community-based organizations that we've worked with, and they really got to share their experiences and their work related to extreme heat, network with other community-based organizations, learn about resources. So we had a really great event there. We also started doing grant office hours every other Wednesday at 3 p.m. Pacific time. We had one yesterday, so our next one is going to be July 10th. There's no formal appointment needed. We do have a Zoom registration where you can select a date to have on your calendar. That really serves as you can drop in, ask us any questions as it relates to grants and funding opportunities, any quick questions, or if there's something that you need a little bit more in-depth help with. we can get you scheduled for a more formal intake at those office hours. Lastly, we have our lunch and learn conversation with the California's Department of Toxic Substances Control Technical Assistance Grant Program. This is California specific, but this is a grant program that's focused on contamination cleanup. We are running a lunch and learn to show you how to build a budget for that specific grant opportunity. So we have some great events coming up. We've also had some great webinars and events in the past, more than what I've listed here, that you can find on our YouTube channel. We also have trainings that we're going to be posted there as well. We have a grant administration and management training series that has the first 2 modules posted on there. So really recommend checking out our YouTube page to kind of check out some past events and some trainings that we've been doing. We'd really love to get connected with you, and this contact information will be sent to everyone as a follow-up and shown at the end of the presentation. We have our QR code with our technical assistance request form, as well as our newsletter sign up, where that's a really great way to get updated with events that are upcoming. We send our quarterly newsletter. We have one coming out at the end of this month. So really recommend signing up for our newsletter there. We have our socials as well, where we post all of our event updates. I know I'm kind of fire hosing all of our contact information at everyone, but again, we'll follow up with all of this after the event, and this will all be shown at the end of the presentation as well. And so next, I'm going to highlight super quickly our technical assistance menu. So just want to throw out here right now that SDSU is one of 11 partners in the CJ network that serves as the TCTAC, and each of these 11 partners contribute their knowledge and expertise in each of these focus areas for technical assistance. So these are our 4 main areas of technical assistance. You can see the many different services that we offer under each of these focus areas, all the way from identifying grant opportunities to brownfield support. We have a ton of tribal and indigenous specific technical assistance services as well. One of our biggest services is our grant support services, and we're really helping identify grants across the board, not just federal opportunities. I know that's one of the misconceptions, is that we're only focusing on EPA funding opportunities. We are focusing on funding, foundational funding, state funding, federal funding, really funding opportunities across the board along all of these other services. And then we will follow up with kind of our menu of services as well. But I will go ahead and pass it off to Melissa.
Thank you so much. I couldn't find my mouse for a second. Hello, everyone. Again, my name is Melissa Garcia. I'm the Outreach Coordinator for the West Environmental Justice Center, located at the University of Arizona in Tucson, Arizona, where it is currently 102 degrees. Thank you all so much for joining us. And this is just going to be a very brief overview of our center and what our TCTAC offers. Our team is comprised of 10 wonderful organizations and partners that are located throughout Region 9. I believe there is 10 throughout the entire region, and what I refer to them as the boots on the ground. And these organizations are really what pull us all together and allow our work to be done. Our free services, and yes, they are really free, include grants navigation, including online trainings, a funding database, help with applying for and managing funding opportunities. And so let's say, just to put it into a little bit of context, let's say your organization is in search of funding for a project you have in mind. Our grant specialists will match your organization to grants and that meet your needs and goals, and they'll also be able to review your application and provide support while you hear back. Let's say you have a grant and you already have one in mind that you want to apply for. We can help you with that process, and we'll review your application and make sure that you meet all the check marks and that you're ready to go and submit. Our community leadership wing encompasses community resource fairs, a community champions program, which is launching next month. We provide advocacy trainings and resources, and our newly launched student internship program that I can talk about in just a second. And lastly, our center also offers a wide range of technical expertise. We conduct hands-on consultations, we research energy justice opportunities for you, and also conduct statistical consultation and environmental justice analyses, and so much more. If I had time to go through each and every single one, we'd be here for a very, very long time. So bottom line is reach out and we'll make sure to try and connect you to the resources that you need. And if we move on to the next slide. Perfect, thank you. This is our contact information. We have our website, our toll-free phone number, our email, and all of our social medias, as well as a QR code that links to our intake form. I want to touch base on a few resources that we have available. In the middle here, you'll find our funding opportunities, which is our public funding database and found online on our website. This is essentially open to anyone who is curious about what kind of funding opportunities are out there. Our grant management specialist is always on the lookout and adding to it every single day as grants come out. And then you can personalize these searches to your location, any deadline that you have in mind, as well as any status. A lot of them are open or pending. And as well, you can refine it down to any keywords that you have in mind. So let's say your project is focused more on community gardens or water or redevelopment. You can type those in and see which ones match to you. And then on the left here, we have our upcoming Community Champions cohort, which will launch this July. And this will provide tailored capacity building and leadership training remotely. And this initiative fosters learning and supports community-driven solutions to environmental issues and a cohort of about 12 peers from across the region. And this is a paid opportunity where cohort members are expected to commit about 4 hours each month for 12 months. And this is completely virtual or remote, and you will be compensated with $1,200 for completing the program. And then on the far right, we have our student internship programs for which we are accepting applications. And this is a paid internship program that is aimed at cultivating environmental and energy justice experience and expertise among future leaders. And this is basically under mentorship from seasoned organizations where interns gain practical experience in addressing these kinds of issues and environmental challenges specific to the region. And then this pays $5,000 for each intern that is able to complete the internship program. And this involves the internship itself, a reflection at the end, a feedback survey, and we do digital stories, which we'll hopefully be able to share with everyone pretty soon as we are coming up on our first cohort of interns. And then at the very bottom, at the very bottom, we do have our drop-in grant support, which are held every other Monday from 4 to 5 p.m. PT. And I was laughing this morning because this lovely picture right here actually looks like our grants management specialist who hosts these office hours, and she's very kind and she's very welcoming. So if you ever have any questions, she's available every other Monday, and then the next session is this Monday. And then this is just again to touch upon each one of our TCTAC centers' expertises. As Lauren mentioned, we worked hand in hand all the time. So if you're ever curious or you're not really sure who to reach out to, bottom line is reach out to someone and we'll get the help that you need. And we work together all the time and we're always texting and messaging each other, making sure that we can bring these services to you.
Awesome. Thanks so much, Melissa. So now we're going to move in. You kind of heard us talk about breakout rooms throughout the beginning portion of this presentation. We're going to start moving into our facilitated breakout room discussions. So what we're going to be doing is I'm going to open up breakout rooms really quickly. It's going to automatically assign everyone. We're going to be going over these questions in the breakout rooms. I won't go over them now, but one of us 5 will be a facilitator for your breakout room. So once we get settled into those breakout rooms, we're going to go ahead and start the discussion. We're going to have 30 minutes, and then after that, we'll come back to the main session and have a larger group discussion.